Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, then just welcome. So in this video, I just wanted to go over a quick flip of my Q3 planner setup. I know at the time of this filming, it's like mid-July. I'm a little behind. I've had a lot of things going on lately. I've been trying to prepare for Halloween with a lot of various projects, and I'll kind of get into that here in just a minute. But really, my husband's schedule, whenever it changes, it is just, I don't know, it really just uproots so many things. My filming schedule, things like that, things that we have going on. And he just recently changed his schedule again, so we had to adjust everything else in the household. So that being said, you know, I haven't had a lot of time to film, but I really do anticipate being able to film a lot more frequently this quarter, and I'm looking forward to it actually. So just to kind of get down into what my Q3 planner setup is, it's just 3 things. Now, part of the reason it took me so long to film this video was because I was really struggling with what type of setup I was going to be using for July. And I really thought about doing one book July. I know that I mentioned that in my last video, if you guys happen to catch it. I kind of mentioned that I would love to do one book July, just keep everything in one space, and ideally that is what I would have been doing. But I have been finding that I've been very, very productive in this setup that I'm currently using. And since I have been productive, I've just kind of opted to go with it. So first things first, we'll just go ahead and take this and put these other 2 off to the side. Okay, so here is my pocket ring setup. So I'm just gonna kind of get into what this setup is, and it's really not a planner per se. I'm not really utilizing it as a planner very much anyways. I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about. So in here, tucked into this front pocket, is a insert from Sterling Ink. It is a Common Planner monthly insert. It's just a passport size insert for your TNs, and it's just to write out any appointments that I need to write down, like while I'm out and about in town or at doctor's offices. I wanted a really compact type of system to be able to use on the go without having to take my everyday carry with me. Now, part of my problem in the past was that I was always trying to put something in a very compact size that was used for planning, everyday carry, everything like that. But what I found was I got really paranoid about whether or not if I lost that type of information. So this is perfect. This is just a wallet / notebook type of situation. If I'm going to do any planning at all, it is just going to be out and about, on the go, doctor's appointments, just compact, simple setup where I'm not having to flip through a ton of pages to get to what I need. It's just to write down additional appointments or write down something of note that I need to remember later. That's it. So I do have like some lined paper in here, dot grid paper, drawing paper if I feel inclined to use it. I have a couple of pockets in the back that have like my insurance information. I have a few cards back here that I use pretty frequently. I keep my cash and receipts in here, which is really handy for me because I have a really organized place to put my receipts. If you use like any apps like Fetch or Receipt Hog or anything like that, then you probably know what I'm talking about. You just scan them. But I want to make sure that I have them without just throwing them in my purse. And that's another thing. Like while I'm out and about on the weekends, I don't carry a big purse at all. I carry a very small purse. This fits perfectly in it without having to be worried about losing information or anything else of that matter. So this is really good. I love this setup. It's very, very simple, very small and compact. Fits in most bags, so I've been very happy with it, and hopefully I can use it for a bit longer without changing my mind, but you never know. All right, so the next thing is my personal ring setup, and I am still currently using this as my everyday carry. So I know that I mentioned that I've been carrying the pocket rings on the go. I do tend to take that with me in my work bag as well. My work bag is a different sort of story from my weekend bag. My work bag is a tote bag that has my planner, has a lot of information that I need to carry with me on a daily basis. It does house my everyday carry as well as the other parts of my current setup, and I'll get into that in a minute. But as far as my everyday carry, all of the notes pertaining to everyday life, my household, all of it's in here. So I did a pretty in-depth flip through. Not much of it has changed since that video. There has been a couple little tweaks here and there. Like I did add a separate set of dividers back there. So I do have most of my collections, lists, things like that here in the front. And towards the back, I have my inbox. Now, it might kind of seem a little funny to have an inbox in the middle of your notebook, but the way that I like to write in my personal rings, if I have everything kind of even right here, it's so much easier for me to write. So I have my inbox here. These are the things that I've just changed a little bit. I do have a couple of dividers in here that the way that my brain has been working, and the reason I have been so productive lately, is I've been combining everything into 1 month at a time. If I have to future plan, then I just kind of go to a different tab. So I'd go to a different month. So I'm just doing 6 months at a time. These are not completely full. It's just got like some note paper in there. So if I need to write something down, like say for example in November, either I can write on a sticky note that's hello November. So I do have a calendar situation in here. This is from Perfected Paper, and it's just this compact monthly view. I opted to switch out my months that are from Peanuts Planner Co. Even though I really love those inserts, it just was taking up too much space in here. I really like this compact view as well. I'm just writing down important dates, appointments, things like that. And let's just kind of go into July, so I kind of show you guys what I'm doing here. So I have my dailies, monthlies, and weeklies all in one place. Anything that I have to do as far as bullet journaling is all in one place. And honestly, it's been so helpful. My brain is working so much better. I'm able to keep track of all of my lists, all of my tasks, things like that. And it has just been a game changer, to be honest. I know that with like personal rings, people tend to just write like monthly or weekly, and then you just kind of divide it up and you just flip through. Well, I don't have to do that. I can just go to one place. Everything's in there. It's working perfectly fine. All right, so this is just a little dashboard that I made recently with some of my own digital artwork. I currently have this as a digital paper listed in my Etsy shop if you guys are interested. It's kind of got like a summer vibe to it, so I really like it. This is just the compact monthly view here that I was talking about, and I've been using weeklies, like a combination of inserts for those. So I've been using these rolling weekly inserts from the Ghosting Pen or Lindsay Scribble Shop. I have a shopping list right here. I believe these were from Cloth and Paper. They're just like half-page inserts there. This is just to kind of mark where I am each week. I know that I go to this ruler and this is where I'm at in the week. This insert is a printable from Simple and Trendy Co. These are dated for each individual month, but you can really just number them as needed. And I've been using those for weeklies. It's just like a really condensed version of what I've been using. I know that before I was using like the grid memo, and those worked to an extent, but it was just really complicated the way I had it set up, and I was trying to simplify it a bit more. If I'm being honest, like I felt like there was a lot of blank space with it because I don't really need to write a ton of stuff down for my weeklies. I just need everything at a glance. What I've been focusing more on are dailies, and I'll show you guys that here in just a second. So if I have like a checklist, a task list, I just write it here. Any important notes or things that I need to note for the week, I just write it there. I have been using my meal plans here at the bottom. There's still plenty of space for it. All right, I have my monthly trackers here, which allows me to track 6 months at a time. These are from Analog Alicia. I believe these are a freebie. I have my finances. I have my check registry, things like that. And I've been experimenting with my dailies. I've kind of got some inspiration from Dia Miraz or from My Moxie Dreams, and I've been kind of taking some inspo from the way that they do their dailies. But what I've been finding is it's a little too much for me. So what I think I'm going to do for next week is I'm just going to go ahead and divide each page into 2 days per page. Okay. So I wrote down some things here. This has been doing pretty well. I do have a little bit of extra space if I want to write down some additional notes, but this looks okay. So I've been using this Tomoe River paper from Sterling Ink. I just ordered some more of her inserts, so like there's tons of it here. And Tomoe River paper is really thin, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in my planner. I could have like a ton of pages without having to worry about running out, because you know that whole paranoia with that. But I do have plenty of daily pages here. I can put some daily pages in my other monthly inserts if I need to. I do have just some more note pages here in the back to utilize for whatever reason I need to use them for. So far this has been working. It's a little bit more simplified for me. I do have all of my collections up at the front, but I do have plenty of room here in the back to schedule or plan anything that I need to plan. So I know that was kind of like a long explanation, but yes, this is what I've been using for my everyday carry. It's been working perfectly fine. I love it. Have not had any complaints. Like I said, the idea is to be more productive and to be able to complete any of the tasks that I need to do. So that way I feel more productive as a person. And I'm able to live my life, you know, without forgetting things or forgetting to pay stuff, whatever. And last but not least, this is the last part of my system. This is just my project planner. And I'll just kind of lift that up so it's not glaring too much on my ring light. But my project planner is just what it implies, a project planner. And that could include social media. It includes household projects, things like that. What I really like about this is that it is a designated place for me to really go through ideas for my projects, task lists for my project, shopping lists for my projects. Everything that is in regards to those projects is in this place. And I know that if I need something for it, it's already in here. Now, I would just say that my design work has been coming a long way. I have been wanting to work on my digital designs for so long, and I just keep putting it off. And it's been frustrating me as an artist, as somebody who loves to draw. And I was like, you know what? I just really need to prioritize it. If it's something that's bothering me, I need to prioritize it. I need to get it done. And I have been doing very well with it. So I'm very pleased with having a designated space to just kind of work on everything. Oh, sorry. Inky's found a little toy here, so you might hear a bell in the background or even hear her meowing. I think she woke up from a nap, so hopefully she'll be quiet, but we'll see. But anyways, it's very simple. It's kind of similar to my everyday carry where I have just designated space. Do you mind? All right, sorry about that, guys. I just gave Inky a toy, and she's been quietly playing with it for the last couple seconds over in the other part of the room. Let's just hope that she stays quiet. We'll see. All right, so back to the project planner. This is kind of working very similar to the way that I've been using my personal rings. A monthly setup. Everything that I need to do for that month is in that divider. And if I need to move outside of that month, then I can go ahead and just move ahead. But there's designated places for everything. I've been using a social media calendar from Perfected Paper. It's a blank calendar. It's pretty similar to the one that I'm using in my personal rings, except it's just for project / social media. And it's just a compact view of it, so I can just write down whatever I need to write down there. I have things for my granddaughter's birthday coming up, you know, things like that. So it's not just social media. It's just like really house projects, design projects, whatever else. I do have notes for content creation in here. Just overall, a very elaborate notebook, really. And I'll just give you guys like a quick example. Okay, so I've been kind of working on planning out some Halloween art installments at my house and kind of have some ideas here. There's a list of things that I need to buy, things that I need to get as far as like jugs go, some drawing ideas, things like that. And this is just like a small example of what I've been doing with it. So not to get too crazy and give away all my secrets, but that's a very vital part of my planning system at this time. I've been enjoying it. I hope that it continues to allow me to be productive and, you know, be able to do a lot of different things that I've been wanting to do and been putting off for quite some time. So I'm excited to see what ends up happening with my channel, with my artwork and things like that, if I'm able to focus on it. So I think that's the idea, right? This is what I wanted to use planners for, and it's been working out for me pretty well. So I hope that that wasn't too crazy, too chaotic, and too long-winded, but I just wanted to give you guys an updated planner setup. But I think that's going to be it for this one, guys. So I hopefully will see you back next week. I'm not sure if I'll start adding plan with me's into the mix, but we'll see. But until then, I hope that you have a blessed day and a wonderful week, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.